Namaste all. I hope you are doing well and you all are safe. I welcome you all on the behalf of Himalayan Yoga Association. My name is Yogi Vivek Rawat and I am your Ashtanga teacher. We are going to be discussing about some terms in Ashtanga, some basic terms, some alignment of the postures. I hope you enjoy this course and you find it fruitful. Namaste. Namaste all of you. Welcome to my Ashtanga session. I hope you all are great and doing well in your lives. Again, let's start today's session with the chanting of Om and the opening mantra of Ashtanga. So for that, sit comfortably on your mat and close your eyes from there. Bring your both palms together in front of your chest. Keep your breath calm. Stabilize your breath. Now from here, deep inhale. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandarsita Swatma Sukhavabodhe Nisreyase Janglikaayamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantyaye Abahu Purushakaram Sankhchakra Siddharinam Sahasrasir Samsvetam Pranimamem Patanjalim. Bend your head forward. Pray to the God, gather the positive energy, prepare your body, prepare your mind. Lift your head up, very gently rub your palms together, create some positive energy. Now place your palms very gently over your eyelids. Give a nice and gentle massage to your face muscles, to your neck. Take your palms to your heart center. Again from here, release your both arms down. Gently open your eyes by looking down. Now in today's video, we are going to figure out how to do back bending. So this is called Chakrasana. We are going to start the finishing sequence in today's video. So the pose Chakrasana is called wheel pose in Ashtanga. Now this is a very deep back bending. For the beginners, I would suggest just try to listen to your body and try to just observe what your body needs. According to that, you can just adjust the modifications, you can adjust the props, and you can just understand your body very nicely. So how it is going to look like, just let's start. So when you just finish the entire series before the finishing sequence, again from here, from downward facing dog, as you inhale, you are going to come into Dandasana. So you can jump or step forward, again come into Dandasana. From Dandasana, you are going to drop your back very gently on the mat. Now from here, just keeping your both knees bent and keeping your feet only hip width apart. Keeping your heels slightly close to the sitting bones, but not too much. It depends on the flexibility you have, your spine has. Both toes are facing forward. Outer edge of the feet are parallel to the side edges of the mat. Now from here, try to place your both palms just beside your ear. And from here, when you're ready, engage your core muscles, engage your pelvic floor muscles. As you inhale, lift your hips up firstly, press your feet down, and then lift your entire body up. After spending 5 breaths here, drop your forehead down, walk inch by inch closer, and then as you inhale again, lift yourself up. Then finally, after 3 times, drop your head, shoulders down, and then very slowly, hips down. Hug your knees from here. Move to the right and left, slightly forward. Now, if you are a beginner, so this pose will be very challenging for you. You can just reduce the intensity of this posture by applying some modification. So generally, this Chakrasana, it is done 3 times. So first time you hold it for 5 breaths, then as you exhale, you drop your top of the head down on the mat. Then you just reduce the gap between your feet and your hands. You walk through your palms as you saw me. Then again you lift your entire body up in the main posture. Again you hold there for 5 breaths. After that, for the last time, for the third and last time, you again drop your top of the head down. Again you reduce the gap. And again as you inhale, you take your entire body up. So it is done for 3 times because you can see in Ashtanga there are a lot of forward bending postures. So we need to perform this posture for 3 times. After 3 times, whenever you are going to drop down or you are going to come out of the posture, you are going to release your head down very gently. Then slowly shoulders down. And at the end, you are going to drop your hips down. So this is the way of getting into Chakrasana wheel pose. Now, when you are coming up, when you are going into the posture, first thing you are going to lift up is your hip. So firstly, you are going to lift your hips up, then slowly your shoulders and then your top of the head away from the mat. And then you are going to straighten your arms. So this is the way this posture is done. If you are a beginner, I would suggest you that if it is too much for you, since it is a very deep back bending posture, so you can go with the bridge pose of Hatha Yoga, which is something like you drop your back down, your knees are bending. From here, as you inhale, you just lift your pelvic higher. So as you can see, pelvic is lifting up, knees are still at 90 degrees, and both knees are pointing forward, only hip width apart. So in this way, you can perform it. If you have tight muscles on the anterior side of the body, like if you have tight pec muscles, if you have tight core muscles, if you have tight hip flexors, tight quadricep muscles, entire front muscles, then you are going to struggle in this posture. You may feel some pain, some pinching sensation on your lower back, which is not a good sign. So in that case, you can just do this posture, this bridge pose, which we just saw. Now, few more things you can just do. You can keep your both blocks under your palms. So instead of placing your palms down, you are going to place your palms over the block. So this is the way you can reduce the intensity of the posture, one thing. You can also lift your heels up, but lifting the heels up will not provide you the main benefits of the posture, since if you drop your heels down, you will feel a proper stretch on the front side of the body. But if you lift your heel up, you will not be feeling that much stretch. But if you are feeling any kind of pain, then you can also do that, lifting the heel up. But what is the most important thing here? Whenever you are in the posture, I always suggest you to try to tilt your pelvic up towards the ceiling, as if someone is pulling the pelvic up. If you don't focus on your pelvic area, if you don't lift the pelvic up, if you don't provide the anterior pelvic tilt to your posture, then again you are going to hurt your lower back, and slowly when you keep performing it day by day, it would be very painful for you. You may have some pain on your lower back in the future days. So it's very important to tilt the pelvic forward to engage your core. Now one more thing here, for some people they may not have proper openness at the shoulder joint. If you have a limited range of motion at shoulder joints, then also you may have to struggle in the posture. So for that also you can adjust the block dots under your palms. One more thing you can do, the most common mistake a beginner commits here, whenever you're going to go up, always a beginner tends to point the knees out. So in that way, one is not able to press the inner edges firmly down onto the mat. For that, you can do one thing here. You can keep a block between your thighs, and you can just press this block. So in that way, you will be aware of pressing down the inner edges of the feet firmly onto the mat. If you lift it up, you will not be providing a proper stretching on your front part of the body. Now, one more thing you can do here, you can make a loop of the strap, and you can just place the strap around your both legs like this, and you can lock the strap here. So whenever you're going to point the knees out, it will make you aware that you're not supposed to do that, and you will always be pressing the inner edges down. Now, one more thing here which is very important, whenever you are into the posture, try to tilt your pelvic up. We all already discussed about that, but one more thing, let's talk about the shoulder, the upper arm movement. So whenever you are in the posture, I want you to try to move your upper arm slightly out. So when you do that, always you open your chest more. You open your chest very nicely, and when you perform that, you will always take the pressure from your lower spine towards your chest and towards the other body parts, which will be safe for you. But if you just put so much pressure on one area, then it will be hurting you very badly, and it is not a proper alignment to be in. These are some of the postures. These are some of the alignments. One more thing which is very common here, especially for the beginners also, they always try to overextend their neck, which is not a good sign. So always you can do one thing here, you can just keep your chin tucked in against your throat, and then you try to stretch your neck. So you can feel that when you just stretch your back of the neck like this way, you are putting pressure here. But when you tuck your chin firstly, and then when you try to overstretch, then you will feel that you are not doing anything wrong. You are not feeling some kind of pain or pinching sensation here. Whenever you are coming down, whenever you are dropping your head down, and then you are just reducing the gap, so you have to be aware, because you are going to lift yourself up also. So maybe first round would be a kind of easy for you, but for the second round and third round of this Chakrasana, it may challenge you if you don't have a nice flexibility, a nice mobility around your spine, especially your lower back. So there are a lot of things which are happening here. You need to keep your glutes, your hip muscles engaged there. It is a key. So these are the few things which we need to just focus, which we need to be aware of while performing this Chakrasana, intensive back bending. Now, when you finish all the postures in Ashtanga, it becomes a bit less challenging for you to perform Chakrasana. If you just perform it without warm-up, then you will again be suffering from some pain, some kind of uncomfort in the posture, which is not good for your joints, for your muscles. So when you perform all the postures in Ashtanga, and when you just reach towards the finishing sequence, then it is like less challenging for you. But still, if you are not feeling comfortable, then these are the cues which we talked about, you can apply in your posture. Now after Chakrasana, again you are going to finish this posture in reclining position. So from there on, again you need to just back flip. You need to do Chakra Vinyasa, and then you need to come into Chaturanga Dandasana. You need to follow half Vinyasa. Now it is very important to have nice shoulder strength, to have a nice core strength while performing this Chakra Vinyasa, rolling back thing. If you don't have that, just do not try that if you have any kind of lower back issue, as we already talked about that. So just you can avoid that, simply turn around and then follow the half vinyasa. After this, we are going to perform a counter pose, which is your sitting forward bend. So again, we have already discussed about this Paschimottanasana thing, but while performing it as a counter pose, I suggest you to not push yourself too much deep into the posture, because we just did back bending. So as a counter pose, you can just keep your knees bent slightly, or you can just go 60 to 70% deep. So in that way, you can just avoid some unnecessary stress on your spine. So you are just doing, counter things there. So try not to just push yourself so deep. So these two postures which we were supposed to talk in this video, I hope you got the important things, the important drills of these postures. Again, I suggest you always listen to your body. Always just listen to what your body needs instead of what your ego wants. So just let's close this session again. Sit comfortably on your mat and close your eyes very gently. Bring your palms together. Inhale. Swaste prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim ahimsa go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Give thanks to the God. Rub your palms together again. Place your palms over your eyes. And very gently, after receiving this positive warmness, release your arms down. While looking down, open your eyes. So I hope you found this useful, these informations useful and fruitful. See you in the next session. Until then, be safe, enjoy. Namaste.